Hi everyone, this is D. And so I decided to get up on my talk box again today and jump on a topic called letting go. Just let go. We'll call it that. Let go. And it's a funny thing because I had a vision slash dream and I told my wife about it. And basically, it's where I was dying in this vision and I didn't want to let go. I didn't want to let go of life. I didn't want to let go of my queen. I didn't want to let go of my family members. So it was a lot of resistance in this vision, this dream. And I just didn't want to. I was holding on with everything I had. And I was, literally dying. It was inevitable I was going to die. It wasn't like hope for the best or you got a chance. In the dream, I was dying, but I could not let go. And it was like doctors around and my wife, and they were telling her, you got to get him to let go. You got to get him to understand it's okay to let go. So my wife came over, and in the dream, I was in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of anguish, and I needed to go. I needed to pass, but I just couldn't. I was holding on for dear life for my queen at that time and for my family and friends and the life that I had built. And I just could not let go. It was like me holding on for dear life, right? And my wife came over, so soothing, like an angelic being that she is. And she convinced me it was okay to let go. In the dream, in this vision, she convinced me, baby, it's okay. You can let go now. Everything is gonna be all right. I'll be right here with you. And that's a true statement. She's right here with me now, and I'm alive, and she's passed in spirit. And I feel her around me all the time. She's always showing me signs and symbols. So in this vision, she's telling me to let go. Let go of life. It's time. It's time to let go. It's time to stop holding on to what was. You're moving on. You're transitioning. You're a cocoon in a cocoon and you're about to butterfly. So it's time for you to go. And I just kept holding on tighter and tighter. And the more she kept talking to me with her soothing, angelic voice, I started to loosen the grips because I knew it was okay to let go. The one I loved the most was in my ear, letting me know it's okay, baby. You've done all you can do in this situation, in life. You did amazing. You are amazing. It's time to let go, baby. And I can't tell you how soothing of a voice she had. And she was also a singer. And she was just remarkable in that way of being a teacher, using the right tone of voice and all of that. She was the real raw deal, but also very nurturing and loving. And finally, I started to release. I started to let go. And so I let go, and it's a symbol, that dream. It's like almost like a parable to life itself because there's so many things we all want. There's so many things we all want to do. There's so many things and places we want to go see, and we want to go on vacations. We want to go see different countries. We want to do all these different things. And it's the ability of having free will, but it's also the ability of your care and your love. But when it's time to go, it's time to go, or when it's time to let something go, it's time to let something go. And you don't have to hold on to maybes. You don't have to hold on to I wonder ifs. What we're meant to do, which is really difficult because we weren't taught correctly, we're meant to experience. We were meant to have yeses and nos. We're meant to become a balanced soul. We're meant to, grow thick skin. We're also meant to be very loving and accommodating. And also, like, using your intuition well to know who is a good person versus a bad person, and who to put your energy around. So this whole let go theme is that it's about realizing, we're not in control of what we're not in control of. I know I'm not. I was proving that the last 2 years when my queen passed and I got it in my head that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Life was like, hold on, we got other plans for you. You need to heal. You need to really, be by yourself for these next 2 years. You really need this time for self, for healing, and for creating and seeing who you really are at your core. This is a whole new lease of life for you. Just like for y'all, this is a whole new season. And it's time for us to let go of our cares. I don't know how many of y'all watched that video I did yesterday. It's like a 5-minute video about just relaxing and kicking your feet up and just relaxing. Well, in that video, I talked about a boat that had the words carefree on it. And I went to a section, it's like a sanctuary kind of beach, but it's very small. It's not even a beach, it's just where you can go by the water. And so I'm standing there at this exact time and I see a boat parked in the water with the words carefree on it. And it hit me like, wow. Only time I really heard of that is like, I can't even think like the last time I heard carefree, maybe the gum. But that hit me so hard. Like, that's the type of life I want. I want to be carefree. Well, how can I get that kind of life? I have to let go. That's the only way to have a carefree life, y'all. To keep dwelling over things, to keep, say some things aren't going well at work. Well, that's what it is. Just keep working, doing your best. And if it's not meant to work out, it's not meant to work out. And trust that spirit has your back somewhere else and better. And that's the kind of attitude we got to have. I beat myself up. I get tired. I get where I think I should be further than I am. And that's not correct, because if it was supposed to be that, I would be there. And I have to be okay with God's decisions, Spirit's decisions for me, because they know best, and their godly divine timing is way better than mine. Way better. I've done so many things to where I thought, yeah, this is the exact right thing, and it blew up in my face. I've had a lot of things like that where it was a definite for me, but for Spirit, God, and sorry about that, for but for Spirit, God, it was a completely different situation. They were saying no. So when we're saying yes and thinking this is a yes, and life and Spirit, the Creator is like, no, it's not going to happen. No matter what you do, this is not going to happen. We have to let that go. We have to understand it's not my time, or it's not our time, and we have to let go of the reins and trust the process. That's what I'm getting to, y'all, is that dream of me not being able to let go. I held on so tight, but then when I let go, I was in such a relief. I was in such peace. I remember the after effects of letting go, and it was just like being free. There was nothing, that I was holding on to weigh me down. And I'm buoyant. I got buoyant energy. I'm mostly like light, like not heavy. So I'm very, very high vibrational, light energy to be around. And when I do get down, it's heavy. And I know the difference. And that's like 5 to 10% of my time where I'm there. And you're supposed to be there at times. That's a good way to check your emotions. But it's also about venting and not staying there. It's about, seeing where you're frustrated, seeing why you're upset. You know, is it that you are impatient? Is it that you think you know better than God? And that's where I check myself, because I know I don't. There's no way. This is the Creator's place. And he's given us an ability to grow our intelligence, learn the truth, and be able to see deceit, deception, and know the difference between belief, truth, and deception. And so letting go is where everything is. That's our superpower. And at least for this week, that's what I'm talking about is letting go. Whatever it may be. It could be sickness, it could be a relationship that's not working, or maybe you're still working on it, but don't try to hold on so tight. Let it work itself out. Don't try to do what you're not allowed to do in a situation. Don't try to be what you're not allowed to be in a situation. God sees all and handles all. So if we could just get ourselves in a place to know that God has our back, there's nothing wrong. God is perfect. And if we trust that whatever's happening is supposed to happen, that's when we can let go. And no matter if we're fearing the outcome, no matter if we're thinking the worst of the worst, usually that doesn't happen. Usually our thoughts run wild and we think the worst. And some things happen like that we can be intuitive about, but usually we think the worst about things. Let it go, y'all. Just let it go. And you're going to find out once you get to the place of the other side of what you were so upset about or fearful about. You made it to the other side. It's a spiritual graduation. And this is who we are. This is why we're here now. We're going to get past what we're supposed to get past. And then there'll be things that, will take super strength, internal strength, mind strength, heart, courage. It's going to take those things to get through them and not give up on yourself, not give up on life. I know I just went through it. I could have easily gave up on myself. I could have easily become a drunk. I could have easily turned to drugs. I could have easily just became a nobody. But I'm not doing that. I'm honoring my mom. I'm honoring my queen. And I'm honoring myself and my family members and all my ancestors, all my other guardian angels that have passed, and they walk right beside me too with my mom and my queen. Yeah, I honor them and I honor myself. So I'm not going to do something stupid. I just have to go within and do my best not to give up. Y'all don't know how much I cry. Y'all don't know the oceans of tears. Y'all don't know, all the things that take getting over somebody that you love more than anybody. I loved her more than pretty much anybody. That was my one. And I found her. And so to lose that big, yeah, I have to let go. I still love her. I still hold on to our memories, but I can't stay where I was in that relationship because she's gone in the sense of the physical. She's around me in spirit and in soul, but I can't have what I had. So I understand, to move on, but it took a process for me to even talk like this, for me to even get to the place where I can talk to y'all and let y'all understand how strong you have to be to get through the toughest things. But you don't always have to do everything yourself. You can let go and let God and just be in the moment. That's how I did it. I was in the moment. Whether I cried, whether I was upset, whether I go through fearful times, I just own it, own my emotions. And then I climb the emotional ladder. You go to from depression, you go to, anger, you go to frustration, you go to hope. Then you can come back to balance. And then you can go to joy if you work yourself up to that, that height, that level. And that's who I am. I will always be that. I'm going to continue, you know, being the light. I'm going to continue, and that's light energy. I'm talking about light as in buoyant, not heavy. I don't like bringing that around my people, so I do my best to be on the channel and be light energy for y'all. And that's who I really am. I'm really, really, my wife used to call me the sunshine. So we have to let go, y'all, even when we don't want to, even when, you know, we still got so much love, we still got so much care, and we got to let go of what we're not in control of and use it as a superpower. If we can do that, we'll be unstoppable because we'll realize God, God got it. God's got it. Spirit has it. Our ancestors, our higher self, everything is going to be all right. I love y'all. Bye, y'all.